Today I want us to talk about holding space. So has anybody said I hold space for you? Or you've ever heard that kind of term before? No.
No.
It might be a yoga teacher term. So when you become a yoga teacher, they talk a lot about you go through a lot of inquiry, like unpeeling layers of yourself, and then finding out who you really are. But then we also do that as yoga teachers. We try to hold space for other people, and you can think of it as kind of like it's holding space without judgment. So it's to donate your ears and your heart without wanting anything back. Think about that for a second. Probably do this all the time to your friends. To be with a person without judgment. To donate your ears and your heart without wanting anything back.
Okay, you go down. Get go.
Oh, somebody's got a doggy. I'm going to mute you. It's also to practice empathy and compassion. To accept someone's truth, no matter what it is. To accept it. To be neutral. And for not to be about you. Holding space means to put your needs and opinions aside and allow someone to just be. Holding space can be a difficult practice because it's intimate, because it requires a minimal amount of respect for that person to be themselves. So as we think about gratitude being, and mental health awareness for the month of May, holding space for your friend, being grateful for having friends and grateful for the opportunity for them to be part of your life and to be able to hold space for them. So no matter what they're going through, you can be their friend and be there for them without judgment. And I know a lot of us have fear and different anxieties and things going on in our mind right now. So holding space for people who are going through things is a really nice thing to learn and to be aware of during this time. And even though we can't be with people physically, we can, pick up the phone, we can call, we can text, we can still, be there and hold space for them. So that's what I wanted just to share with you. I would say the hardest part about holding space for somebody is you feel like you're doing nothing. Like you want to do something, but there's just nothing you can do but just be there. And that's what I learned this week, with my friend whose husband passed away. It's just, you just got to be there for them. They need you, you're there, pick up the phone. So that being said, we're going to start here in our chairs. Hold space for yourself, no judgment. Wiggle your hips a little side to side. So dig in yourself into your chair. And we're going to start with our hands right here on our hips. If you make the little L shape with your hands, I want you to kind of put that right on your hip bones. Point your elbows back and your heart forward. And we're going to do a couple of these movements, hollowing out and then pushing it forward. So feeling that gentle pressure of your index finger on your hips, pushing the heart forward. So a little like cat-cow movement. Kind of just warming up the spine. When you come forward, bring your elbows in towards your knees. And as you push your heart forward, your elbows point back behind you. So just moving that spine. And now we're going to get a little bigger. Take your hands to your thighs and now point your elbows up and out, rounding cat-like, and then bring them touch your rib cage. So we look like we're doing like the funky chicken or something. I had way too much coffee this morning. I apologize if I talk too much. Keep breathing. And now we'll hollow out our belly, tuck our chin towards our chest. Really suck everything in here. Roll your shoulders forward and then rock your head a little side to side. Yes, I will listen to my body. And now gently come back through center. And we'll reach our hands forward, lift and straighten the spine. As if you're playing something in front of you, you can wiggle the fingers. Oh, everybody's such good keyboard players. Now we're gonna take the left hand down, right arm reaches, oh, I'm mirroring. I see everybody switch hands too. Right arm up, lean over to the left, and lower the right arm down. We're gonna stay here on this right side for a couple breaths. Inhale, lift it up, reach it over. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, return it up. Reach over. Couple of these, just breathing and moving. See if you can feel the air around your right arm as you move. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's hold it here. Lift up that right rib cage. And then slowly empty out that exhale all the way down. Good. Take your right hand to your right thigh. We'll do the left side now. Left hand reaches down. Reach it up and over. And lower. We inhale up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, you can start to move your gaze upwards as your hand goes up. Couple more. Inhale all the way to the top. Exhale all the way to the bottom. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale up. We'll hold it, taking that big stretch to the right side. Exhale it all the way out and down. Bring both hands beside you and point your thumbs away from your hips, roll your shoulders back, lengthen your spine, and lift the crown of your head up. Now close your eyes. Take a moment to scan your body. Feel your feet touching the ground. Move through your calves, your shins, behind your knees, your kneecaps, your thighs. Notice the part of your body that's sitting on the chair, your sit bones, your glutes. Notice your low belly, your low back, your torso, your rib cage, all the way around. So like in your mind, with your eyes closed, feel your torso. Scan upwards to your shoulder blades, tops of your shoulders where your trapezius is, where we kind of hold tension in those arms. Notice that area that connects your head to the rest of your body, your neck. From your shoulders, scan down all the way, your biceps, your triceps to your elbow, your right elbow, your left elbow. Now feel your right hand, your thumb, your index finger, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky finger. Now squeeze and make a fist with your right hand like you're about to punch something, but just hug it all in with making that fist active and alive. Inhale deeply. Exhale, soften and relax your right hand. Let's do that on the left hand. Scan your left hand. Feel your left thumb, your left index finger, left middle finger, left ring finger, left pinky finger. Now inhale and squeeze and make a fist. Curl in that left hand and just squeeze it all in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And as you exhale, open the hand and expand it. Release tension. Now become aware of your breathing. With your eyes closed, feel your body move as you inhale. Exhale, either out your mouth or out your nose. As you inhale, feel your chest rise. As you exhale, soften and relax deeper. Notice your jaw. And become aware of your lips and your tongue inside your mouth. Can you rest it without touching anything? Just kind of let it just hang naturally. And now bring awareness to your third eye, that space in between your eyebrows where your intuition is. Just zone in on your forehead. Soften. Let go. If you're craving to move, see if you can just focus in on that breath and that spot in your forehead. Now, imagine that you're wearing a crown, your tiara on top of your head, and you want to be as tall as you can. So lifting the crown of your head up, actively press your feet into the ground. Bring a smile to your face and open your eyes, and then re-extend those arms up to the sky, taking a big stretch up. Spread all 10 fingers, and then turn your pinkies in towards your crown, and your thumbs go out away from you. So it's activating the forearms here. Bring your arms back some. Bring your chin neutral. Hold here for a couple breaths. Feel your chest rise as you inhale. As you exhale, empty out and press your feet down. Feel your legs. 3 more. Inhale deeply, lift up a little bit. Exhale, sink down just a little bit. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower your hands down to the ground. Good job. Inhale that right arm up. We're going to reach it across your body, over, across the left leg, like you're reaching down for the floor. Make a fist, grab something, and then toss it over your right shoulder. Bring it all the way back down, reach across your lap, grab, make a fist, throw it over. And now move through a couple of these, lifting and pulling. This may remind you of some household chores. Emptying the dishwasher, weeding in the garden, picking up clothes, putting them in the laundry basket. So that range of motion in the shoulder, in your arms, your side body is getting a nice little stretch here. Mindfully moving. Hands are activating, so we're really working hand muscles. Reaching down, grabbing it, tossing it over. Let's do 2 more. See how low you can reach down. Maybe you reach almost to the floor. Last one. Reach, reach, reach. Lift it up, toss it over there. Roll out that right arm. Maybe you can feel a little blood flow or a little tingling in that right arm. Make those circles big. Notice which direction you are flowing, your arm. Mine's coming forward and then back. Because in a moment, we're going to circle the other way. Reverse it. Ooh, I'm feeling that in my shoulders now. All right, 2 more times around. And then we'll pause and bring that right hand to your lap. Just see if you notice any sort of like tingliness, anything going on in that right side of your body. Maybe you feel something there. That's good. All right, we're going to take the left hand down, reach it all the way up across your body, all the way to the right side, reach down, make a fist, pull up, push it back behind you. And just now you know where we're going. You're going to reach down, make a fist, and toss it. Move and breathe. Reaching down. Exhaling it out as you toss it away. Start to feel that in your shoulder, your side body, your arms, and in your hands. Aware of what you're doing as you move. We'll do 2 more. Reach down low. Pick it up. Toss it out. Last one. Reach down low. It's heavy. Toss it over. Now we'll bring that left arm behind you and draw some circles in the air. Big circles, finding your range of motion. Is your body connected to your mind right now? Or are you thinking about something else? That's the challenge. All right, 1 more time around, starting to feel heavy, and then circle the other way. Nice job, ladies. And here we go. 1 more time around, reach up. Exhale, lower that hand to your left leg. Pause, and now notice what the shoulders feel like, what the arms feel like. And we're going to now let go of the tension in our shoulders and work on our feet. So here we go. Knees bent, shoulders back, so sitting tall. We're going to take that right foot lifted a couple inches off the ground, and I kick it out in front of you. Point and flex your toes. And then we're going to lower your right heel to the ground, toes pointed up. Now imagine that you're something in front of your big toe mound. You want to smush it. So point your toes to the floor and press your toes into the ground. And then lift it up so that you come back onto your heel. So we're just going to point and flex. And notice how you point and flex, how different muscles are activated in your right leg. Kind of hard. You have to think about it to do it. All right, now we're going to keep the toes off of the ground, pointing up, and the heel on the ground. And I want you to turn your toes to the right. Kind of just opening up that inside a little bit so you can see the arch, maybe the inside arch of your right foot. So you can spread out your toes. I'm hoping everybody's barefoot. And then we're going to turn our toes back straight up and then turn your toes to the left. So see if you can find your IT band so it goes all the way up your leg just by turning your toes to the left side. If you're not feeling it enough, lean forward. Bring your toes back straight up. Now we're going to lift up the right leg, as heavy as it is. And we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it in the air. Turn your toes to the right. Sit tall, straight spine. Whew. Keep pressing through your right heel. Bring your toes straight up and then turn your toes to the left. Maybe you even want to nudge that right leg a little to the left side. Again, feeling the outside, this IT band right here. I'm sweating now. Feel this one. Bring it back through center, bend the knee and lower down. Notice how the right leg feels. And let's try the other side. Deep breath in and out. Let's lift the left foot a couple inches off the ground. Kick that leg out. Point and flex your toes in the air. Toes point down, toes point up. And now lower straight, keep your left knee straight, lower your left heel. Sit tall, readjust your spine. And now smush the floor with the top of your toe mount. So push down, pointing and flexing, trying to get the foot, like if you're pressing gas pedal, that foot all the way flat. And then bringing it back up again. It's kind of hard. All right, so here we go. After a couple of those, we're going to turn our toes, heels pointing down and kind of not pressing, but feeling it grounded. Point your toes to the left side of your room. Spread your toes apart, making lots of space between your toes, monkey feet. Left leg is straight and active. Not feeling it, lean forward. Come back through center, toes point up. Mindfully turn your toes to the right. Heel stays on the ground. Again, if you're not feeling it, lean into it. See if you can find the left IT band. All right. Straighten your spine. Mindfully lift the left leg into the air. So look and see if the hip, the knee, and the ankle are all in one line or is one lower. Try to get it in one straight parallel line. Sit tall. Turn your toes to the left. So just kind of ankle you press out through your left heel, toes point to the left side of the room. Straight spine. Breathe. Woo. Now turn your toes straight up so the heel points down, and then mindfully turn your toes to the right and maybe bring that left knee a couple inches closer to your right knee. Sit tall, push out through your left heel. Bring it back through center. Woo. Bend your knee lower down. Let's shake out those legs. Do a little stomp. All right. So now we're going to stay in our with our knees about hip distance apart and come up onto your tippy toes here. So think of a little ballerina that's kind of tippy toeing. We're going to lift the right knee up. touch down the right toes, lift the left knee up, touch down the left toes. So just kind of like as if you are walking on your tiptoes. Very quiet, right? Tiptoeing. All right, so here we're gonna switch it out. Now we're gonna press our heels down and just walk on our heels so our toes are up. Maybe even get a little higher in those knees. Don't let your toe mounds touch the ground. The legs are starting to feel nice and warm here. One more big lift and lower. We're gonna slide our hands down our legs for our first forward fold, looking towards being very careful with your low back here. If you feel dizzy, don't go so low. Take a nice long, just kind of long fold where you feel like the spine, your vertebrae are coming apart, and you can just relax the shoulders and the head. And exhale deeply. Look down at your feet. And just notice where our foundation is. When we're in a chair, our feet and our hips are our foundation. It's where we, every pose starts with the foundation and moves upwards. Taking your time, we're gonna slide our hands up our shins, up our shins, up our shins, up our shins. And then lift up your legs, come onto the back of your sit bones, and your feet are gonna rise, hovering them in the air. Now this is our low belly. You may need to scoot to the middle of your chair. This is our low belly we're working on. I don't know about you, but this is one of the hardest things for me to work out is this low belly area. It is not easy. Keep breathing. And we'll lower our feet down. And now we're gonna rock right back up. Momentum helped us stay there. Come back. And we'll come back down. Make sure you're on the edge of your chair so you got some room to grow here. Inhale, lift up those knees, feet come off the ground. And we'll hold for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, cactus those arms. Heart and chest lifts up. Inhale, re-extend to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift up halfway, hands to your shins, shoulders back, crown of your head is lifting towards the sky. Exhale, release and let it go. Fold forward. Drop the head. Look down at your feet, press them into the ground as much as you can. Sweep your arms out and up. Use your core to lift you up. Bring your hands to heart center. Pause and breathe and smile. Beautiful. So heel your feet out. So coming into our goddess squat. Knees point away from our hips and our toes are pointing out to the sides of the room. We're going to take that right hand, slide it down the right leg, reach your left arm over your left ear. Exhale, take the left hand down, right arm up, and windmill to the other side, sliding the left hand down the left leg. And we're just going to windmill back and forth. Take your time. If you want to stay longer, stay longer. Explore your shapes that you're making in your body. Feels good to move, to breathe. Practicing compassion with your body. Just do a couple more. Do one more to the right and one more to the left. And then I'm going to come into my goddess. So elbows out, cactus arms. Actively pull those elbows back. Squeeze your belly in. Lift your right heel. So you're coming onto your right tippy toes. Lower that. Now do the left tippy toes. Left heel rises. Right heel. Left heel. Right heel. Left heel. And now we're going to do both simultaneously, lifting them up, lower them. So notice your calves here. Activating the muscles in your legs. Heels rise, heels lower. You can start to breathe. That fiery breath. Arms are getting a little tired, huh? Mine are. Two more. Heels lift, heels lower, heels lift, heels lower, fold forward. Hold on to your knees as you come into that wide leg fold. Don't fall out of your chair. It's a reminder. Now, once you get into the wide-legged fold, you have options to sway. You have options to touch the ground or to let your hands dangle. But just notice what your body needs and then take it there. There is no right or wrong. It's just what you need out of this practice. Yoga is very personal. Your practice will not look like my practice. Your body may need something different than my body needs. We're going to take our time, look down at your feet, actively press your feet down and gently roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping your chin tucked in. Come back to our straight spine, lift your head up, and then begin to toe heel your feet back towards one another. Sit tall. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale your arms down. Take your arms, interlace them behind your back. Roll your shoulder blades together. Push your heart up. Stretch the front of your torso. Stay here or lean forward, trying to take those arms up. Release the arms. Reach back up. Hands to your heart center. And now we're going to stand and move into our standing posture. So come on up. Stand behind your chair. Can you still see me? Yes. So standing behind the chair, come up onto your tippy toes again. Lifting the heels. And now we're going to holding onto the top of the chair, tippy toe your way back into your downward facing dog. When you get as far back as you can, then begin to move the heels to the ground, straightening your arms in front of you. Big, long torso stretch. Press your heels back. So sink your weight into your heels. Maybe your toes will float up. Plug your belly in so that you can create some tightness in your midsection. Now bend your right knee and look under your left arm. Switch it out. Bend your left knee, look under your right arm. Do a couple of these. Bend the right knee, look to the left. Straighten the right knee, bend the left, look under the right. Wagging your tail, looking side to side. Come back through neutral. Be still for a moment. Scan your body. Where do you feel this? How can you be more present for yourself right now? Now we're going to inhale, lift up the chest, step forward with the right foot, warrior one. Right foot's towards the chair. Left foot's going to spin towards the left side of your mat. You're on your mat. And just bend into that right knee. Check some alignment here. See if you can get your knee over your ankle. See if you can find a little bit of forward motion in that right inner thigh pushing towards the right knee. And the out thigh pushing back towards your hip. So it's like this, like kind of sliding back, and one leg's coming, one side's coming forward, the other muscles are going back. Now, hands either on the hips or you can extend them up to warrior arms. Soften your shoulders, turn your pinkies in towards the crown of your head and your thumbs out away from you. Breathe and we'll balance. So finding your equanimity between your right foot and your left foot. Can you press equal weight into them, or does one leg need more attention? We're going to take off here into warrior three. Take your hands to the chair. Press weight into the right foot. Float the left leg up. Extend and press out through your left heel. Breathe. Soften your right knee. Keep that knee nice and soft. And then very gently bend back into the right knee. Lower the left foot. Find your stability. Then inhale, re-extend the arms to the sky. We're going to do this 2 more times. Exhale the hands down to the top of the chair. Float the left leg up behind you. See if you can drop that left hip so the left hip bone is pointing down as opposed to like opening up wide. Just notice the difference there. Touch back down, warrior one. Last one. Hands down to the chair. Warrior three. Point your left toes to the ground, especially that left pinky toe. It wants to turn out. Tell it to turn down. If you want to add on, you can take that right hand and reach it out. Woo. Touch back down, warrior one. Hands to the chair. We'll step back to our downward facing dog. Breathe. Expand, and let go. We're going to rise up into our high plank. So lift those heels, stay up on your toe mounds, straighten your arms, head and chest lift up, but your shoulders press from the shoulders to your hands into the chair. So you're pressing straight down through the arms. Exhale, push your hips back and lower your heel. Now we're going to look forward, lift the chest, step your left foot to the chair, spin your right toes towards the right side of the room, warrior one, bend into your left knee. Realign yourself so that you feel stable. Remember, hands to hips or on the chair, either way is fine, or take them up for warrior one. We'll spiral our hands, so turning your pinkies towards the center of your head and your thumbs out, dropping your shoulders down so that they hug in towards your rib cage. Feel the power in this warrior pose. Moving to warrior three, take your hands to the top of the chair, shift your weight forward, float the right leg up. Again, adjust the right hip so the right hip comes down as opposed to opening and out. That's a different pose. And then we'll bend back into the left knee, drop the right foot. Inhale, arms up, warrior one. Breathing. Exhale the hands down, back to warrior three. Right leg extends, point your right toes down. Flex, flex, flex your right foot. Bring your torso more forward. Maybe you can come over the chair a little bit more. Bend into the left knee, touch down the right foot. Balance, inhale up. Last one, warrior three. Maybe you don't even hold the chair because you're so good at this. Breathe. Slowly touch back down, right foot, arms rise. Exhale the hands down to the chair. Step back to your downward facing dog. Push back your hips. Sway your hips side to side. Come to stillness. And then we'll inhale, rise back up into our high plank. Stay here or add on into a chaturanga or push up. So bend the elbows, straighten the arms. Bend the elbows. If your chair is sliding, don't do it. Mine, that's why I use a mat under my chair. So these are just modified push-ups and working our upper body. I'm going to do 2 more. You do as many as you need today. And push back into my downward facing dog. Rest and recover for a breath or two. Inhale, lift your chest, step your right foot to the chair. Keep your right leg straight. And we're going to just balance here. So imagine, let's toe heel your feet into the very center. Imagine you're on a balance beam. So most of the time in pyramid pose where feet are apart, but right now you've got a chair in front of you. This is just balance. It's not a pyramid pose. But think of your legs on a balance beam if you were balancing. Now step your left foot behind the right so that your toes touch your right heel. If you're already wobbling, that's okay. Hold on to the chair. But now I'm going to ask you to try to just bend your knees. How are we doing? Are you still breathing? Now, press that weight into your right foot. Step back with the left foot. Back to that. Both legs, both knees straight. Now we're going to try it again. Left toes are going to touch your right heel. Step it together. Balance, balance. What's also kind of fun is if you can take your big toe and your second toe and stick it in between, like, your right heel. So you're like putting your heel in between your toes. And then we can try our balance again. Come low. I'm wobbly. All right, we'll take our hands back to the chair. Step back the left foot, step back the right foot, back to your downward facing dog. Shake it out. And here we go, balance on the other side. Lift your chest up, step your left foot to the center of your mat. Left leg straight. Push off, and now step your right toes just behind your left heel. See if you can bring your thighs like hugging in. Now bend into the knees. So you can just wobble a little bit. Take your hands back to the chair, step back, straight back. We're going to try it again. Maybe you come a little lower. Right toes go just behind the left heel. And again, if you want to try to put your big toe and second toe spread apart so that your toes are wrapping like a little wrap around your heel, try that. Maybe your toes will do it, maybe they won't. Bend into your knees, see how low you can go. Can you get your buttocks down to the ground? Notice your breathing pattern as you wobble. And just straighten your legs. Take your hands back to the chair. Step back your right foot, step back your left foot, downward facing dog. Lift up the chest. Tiptoe your way to the chair. Lower your heels, come into your thunderbolt pose. Drop down the hips. Bring your shoulders back. Lift your head up. Stay here in this balance or add your arms up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, straighten your legs. Reach as tall as you can up to the sky. Tone up your legs. So hug in through your thighs. Your kneecaps are lifted. Your buttocks is tight. Next time you exhale, begin to soften. Lower your hands down. Relax your legs. If you're making your way onto the ground, go ahead and find your seat on your mat. If you're coming back to your chair, we're going to end with a couple twists. So if you're coming back to your chair, point your knees to the right. We're going to go in the right direction. If you're on the ground, you're going to be laying on your back. Everybody's going to cross the left ankle on top of the right, or you can be up here. That feels better to you. Either way works. Hips this pointing out away. That hand's going to go across. So left hand's going to hold the right side of the chair. Right hand's going to hold the other side of the chair, and you're going to twist your torso to the back of your chair. So the backrest of the chair, your body's going to move in that direction. As you do that, see if you can lift the crown of your head and drop your shoulders away from your ears. Such a good stretch, but be mindful, you don't want to overdo it here. We'll come back around through center. Before we move to the other side, if you're in your chair, if you're on the ground, you're just going to do the same thing. Point your toes away from you, reach your arms up, big stretch from toes to fingers. So it's a long, straight stretch. Exhale, release the arms and legs down and move to the left side. Crossing the right ankle over the left. Right arm reaches out and then across your chest, holding on to the left side of your chair. Lift your head up and spiral your right shoulder towards the left side of the room. We will gently return ourselves back to center. Point your toes away from you, reach your arms up, and then exhale it all down. Make your way into whatever shape you like to be for Shavasana. You want to lay on the ground, or maybe you want to put a pillow on your feet or underneath your feet. Whatever you might need here, so that you can fully relax. A few moments ago, I was talking about holding space. And as yoga teachers, we hold space for you guys. It's a giving. It's something that I feel like I want to be helpful. So yes, I want to give. And I know each of you feel that same way, or you wouldn't be taking a yoga class. You have a heart. So what I want you to do for the next moment or two as you relax, I want you to think about holding space for somebody you love. Maybe there's somebody you know, a friend, that has given you something, that you're thankful for having this friend, and just hold space for them. Honor them in your mind. Let go of any judgment you have on them. But just for a moment or two, be grateful for that person. The goal of yoga is not becoming flexible. It's not being able to stand on your head. The goal of yoga is to create space where you once were stuck, to unveil the layers of protection you have built up around your heart, to appreciate your body and become aware of your mind, and also the noise your mind creates, to make peace with who you are. The goal of yoga is to love yourself, and to maybe hold space for someone else you know. When you come to your yoga practice, it's not to feel like you accomplished something, but rather that you were able to focus on something. Scan your body. And at this very moment in time, notice how your body is, how it's responded to the practice. Notice if your body needs to move, needs to shift. And if it does do that, allow it to move, to stretch out in any direction you need. Then when you're ready, make bigger movements, full body stretches. And then coming back into a seated shape. And we'll end our practice bringing our hands to our heart, bowing our head down. Thank you all so much for practicing with me this morning. May each of you be happy and healthy. And may you remember to hold space for your loved ones. Om Shanti. Thank you so much. Namaste.